Alright,
Anyway.
hit it when you're ready.
2, 1.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Stories from the Unbound Shores. Where we last left off, the party had finished their discussions with the rather strange mage with the name of Eric, who had revealed to them he was trying to prevent some, well, with more clarity, trying to prevent some impending disaster, knowing not what happens, well, I guess more actually, not knowing how it happens, but only what the aftermath looks like. With him having alluded to not acting alone, but being the only one in this particular area, at least. Along with doing his best to explain what might be Vecna's interest in him, given that he's capable of casting divine and arcane magic. After the questioning had concluded, party has, I believe, started discussions on where it is they're heading next, with some trying to go to the Isle of Heaven and see if they can get Eric to come with them, though he had been somewhat hesitant to go immediately. That said, I think that covers it, unless somebody else has something they wish to add. Okay, then.
Nope.
What?
You can tell a lot of attention was paid.
Yep.
Clearly. Alright. Well, that's it for the recap. Have
Yeah.
fun.
So, I guess, Roland would want to confirm with these three whether we are going to escort Eric to the Isle of Heaven, or if we're going to head straight to the deserty beauty area south of that I forgot the name of.
Deserty beauty area?
Yeah, it has buttes and it's like a desert.
That kind of beauty.
Butte-Y.
We're going to the Silver Vambrace.
That's the one.
Vambrace?
Vambrace.
Vambrace.
Vambrace, you know, it's the thing that you wear on your forearm as armor.
Like bracers.
Oh yeah. I think they generally extend to like the elbow.
Yeah.
But yeah, they fill the same role as bracers. They might even
They're probably
be the same thing for all I know. I actually should check that. Are vambraces and bracers the same thing?
I imagine we're having this discussion in character.
Yeah, let me just consult my god about this. My god is called Internet, and she's great.
Oh, tell me more about this internet. I might be inclined to convert. I can't talk.
So it says that bracers were specifically to cover the inside of the arm for archers. Vambraces are plate armor for the outside of the arm.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
So bracers are what we would now just call arm guards, I guess.
I mean,
At least something similar.
yeah, I still call them bracers. Like, we call them, yeah, people do call them arm guards, yeah. But I think bracer is a cool word.
Yeah, I always pictured bracer as the same thing as apparently vambrace means.
Yeah.
They're the wrist slot. That's what they are.
Vambraces are the wrist slot, yes.
Fair.
I mean, as our bracers.
True, too.
Just a different style.
You gotta choose one or the other, man.
Like pauldrons and spalders.
Yeah, well, those, yes. Aldrin, Spalder, Epaulette.
Yeah.
Pauldrons are the best.
I don't know the difference between those either, but we're getting too sidetracked.
Look,
I mean,
my
that's
guy
part
wears
of the question, it
pauldrons.
seems.
I wear pretty robes.
Oh no, I forgot to lock my fucking camera thing. Slice. I moved my character and the roof came back. Alright. So. We going to help Eric here get to the Isle of Heaven? Or are we going straight to the Silver Van Base?
Is Eric consenting to go with us?
Well, there is one or two more things I need to do here, but I will make my way that direction soon.
What one or two things do you need to do?
Well, I'd like to track down what happened to my pouch of diamond dust.
Your empty pouch of diamond dust?
No, the one that was stolen and very much not empty.
I do not recall that being discussed.
It was said somewhat in passing last session, but it was mentioned that he had a pouch with dust in it when he went to sleep, and come morning, it was gone, which started leading to problems.
We didn't steal it, right?
I don't think we did.
Okay, good.
I think I would
No.
remember. Oh, I have a pouch of diamond dust.
Said over the,
Telepathic link.
Yeah.
No.
But it is my pouch of diamond dust. I got it off of this guy in the woods. Anyway.
And there are a few ruins I need to investigate that making my way back here later would take significantly more time.
Well then, if you are not going to accompany us, I hope that you feel that you have the power to defend yourself.
I do.
Then, I think that we have nothing left to discuss. Miss Melasari, is that good?
I think we have discussed all I needed to.
Leon?
I have nothing else.
And then, good luck, and may Istray keep those drow away from you in your travels. Yeah.
Nod. Best of luck to you as well.
Where luck fails, we have company.
So, what do you guys do next?
It's a great fucking question. We haven't seen Ira at all since we've been here, have we?
You have not.
Our purpose was to see her, wasn't it?
I mean, our purpose is sort of always to see her. But my purpose was to see Eric.
I'm trying to remember what we needed her for.
I'm always looking for lessons. And wind walk is always helpful. Especially since we don't have the, Oh wait, how's that gonna work with the nightmare?
Windwalk?
Are we gonna wind walk the nightmare too?
I mean, there's no reason you couldn't.
Okay.
Assuming that this limit on targets is greater than 3, which it should be from the first time you
Yeah.
used it.
I'll be able to windwalk Nightmare. And with the... Since we're attuned to the items, and the items become part of us, usually you can't use items when you change form. Like, they, become part of your body, and they're like, not there anymore. Does that apply to the headband as well, or do we, like, stay telepathically linked while being wind form? Probably easier just to apply the blanket, no items count.
I was gonna go with no, because otherwise it'd be kind of like having magical armor that gives a plus bonus to apply to you when you're changed as well. And that's kind of
Yeah.
that's a slippery slope. I don't want to start slipping.
We've left Aurelion behind. Then we should find out if Ira is going to show up, and then we should decide if we have anything to do on the Isle of Heaven, or if we should go straight to the Silver of Embrace.
Sounds like a plan.
Let's see, how can we determine when Ira will show up? Perhaps...
We could ask Nyx.
Yes, let us start with that then. If she does not know, then we have spells for such things. Dumbass horse. I think she was in this main house.
Yes.
Indeed. I still need to put like furniture and crap in, but I'll do later. So you'll knock and
Knock.
assuming.
Is Nightmare still snoozing?
Yep. She'll open the door and say, "Oh, it's you lot. Something I can help you with?"
Yes, he will kind of look to Melisari in case she wanted to jump in, otherwise he'll just continue. We wanted to know if you could tell us when Ira might make another appearance in town.
Currently, I cannot.
When was she last around?
I think about 5 days ago.
And how often does she usually visit?
Usually, at minimum. It's kind of hard to know for sure, as this arrangement's not been going for very long, but once every few days, so if she could be back soon, but I believe she said something about having some additional problems at home, so I don't know if that will affect things or not.
Additional, more than what we've already helped with. Asari looks concerned.
Thank you for the information, Nix.
Maybe clean up from that, for all I know.
I can always attempt to perform a sending to her.
I don't know that I want to bother her if she's dealing with something.
Sendings are only 6 seconds of interruption.
Hi, Ira. Sorry to interrupt whatever situation you're dealing with. We just wanted to know if you'll be around anytime soon to cast Windwalk on us.
I mean, if that is what you want me to say to her, I think that we could be a little
No.
bit more tactful.
That is definitely not what I want you to say to her.
I would say it. Nix, you should be informed that our group is nearing completion of all the tasks that we had in this area, and so should be moving on along. If you need anything else from us, you should let us know.
I will endeavor to do so.
Very well. In any case, then, thank you for your hospitality during our sojourn here. I would like to extend a blessing from Illustray, if it is not too forward.
Oh, you may.
Double check. I kind of mean that. But I think he's got right? I think that's just a feature for clerics now, isn't it?
What is it you're wanting to do?
Well, I mean, honestly, it was sort of more, nominal. What's the word? But I think that, don't clerics get right as one of their...
No. There's a spell, but there's no feature called that. The closest things like blessings clerics do would either be the spell Bless, which isn't quite it, or the spell Ceremony.
Yeah, ceremony is what I'm thinking of.
And that one takes like an hour.
Doesn't look like I even have it prepared.
Yeah, it also has a material component within reserves. It's like silver or holy water or something like that.
Yeah, it's not prepared right now. 25 GP worth of powdered silver.
That's right. So that brought up the discussion of why on earth no one sells holy water at an up cost. Because that spell is how you make holy water, and that's the cost of holy water.
Yeah. Plus water, coming of age, dedication, funeral rite, wedding. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. So I guess I'll just, say a prayer for the town, and invoke Illustray, marking this place as a friend of her drow. He would just make up a prayer on the spot for that.
Alright. Sounds good. She'll nod in thanks and put out a hand.
I think that he would be not expecting such a gesture at first, so there would be just a moment where he's, like, looking at her hand and looking to her face to, like, not fully comprehending what is expected of him, before, like, slowly reaching out and taking, like, bending down and taking her hand.
Safe travels, and we see you again soon. You make for some excellent business.
Well, I am glad that we could be of service to make up for any trouble we might have brought.
Our friend over there hasn't been out of his lab in a few days.
Yes. Eric, I think?
No. Yeah, that's the...
Oh, the guy we sold the armor to?
Yep.
Oh.
Golden?
That's it.
Yes, if we come across anything else that we think he can use that we do not need, perhaps we shall set it aside to bring back. If that is desirable.
He's always on the lookout for new things with which to tinker, though I'll admit you've wiped out his savings for a while.
I am
So-
not surprised to hear that.
Should you come back, we may have to barter, should there be things you wish to trade.
I think he still owes us.
Thought that was covered by the circlets.
It might have been. No. Less the circlets, he still owes us 1600 GP worth of services.
Alright, well then I guess that needs to get decided on before people start running off.
I don't know, I mean, as long as I keep a note of it, I can always come back with that you owe me.
Fair enough. Though, the bigger the task, the longer it takes, so if you do want to send any of that chunk of change back at him for something that might take a while, probably best to do it before you leave.
Oh yeah, look at that. I do have 1610 currently remaining debt.
Yeah, because he had owed us 9,210, and we took the circlets out of that.
Jesus Christ.
It was like 7,500 or something. 7,600 apparently.
I'm just trying to remember what it is that got that much in the first place.
The armor and a bunch of other items we sold him, like weapons and stuff that we just didn't have the attunement slots for or any desire to use. A bunch of jewels and such. Because that's what he owed us because he didn't have the money to pay it, but he did have the ability to pay fucking 500 platinum to us.
I have that we got 10,000 in coin. No, wait.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're correct. It's 500 platinum and 5,000 gold.
Gotcha.
I have it marked on my sheet. We're quite wealthy right now.
Yeah.
You may recall that, that Roland was like we don't really need to do anything. We've got literally all the money in the world right now. Because he's never seen so much cash. I can't imagine that much more exists.
I wonder what I would want to buy with this.
Better shoes.
Thanks.
Always head
Art spells!
head back to the Mage's Tower on this continent. And
Clear
check
them out.
What?
Clear them out.
wouldn't necessarily be able to do that because they were selling a couple select items, one of which was a Mace of Disruption with more serves.
Maze of Disruption is neat, but it is less
We
useful
could buy
than
a carriage. Ooh, we could buy a chariot. We could buy a lot of chariots. That's besides the point.
We might be able to buy a boat, which could be useful if we're not going to teleport. But we might be teleporting.
It is not listed. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, we could.
I think boats
It's,
are like 600 gold pieces or something like that. No.
It depends on the type of boat. We can buy many rowboats.
Yeah. I think
Buy
that like a
a
big
keel
boat is
boat.
like 35,000 though.
A keel boat is 3,000. A sailing ship is 10,000. And that's probably about the size that we would probably want, yeah?
I mean, a keel boat's like a sailboat, which can have like 5 people on it.
You want something smaller, you guys can man yourselves.
So a keel boat's not a bad idea.
Can be sailed or rowed by a single person. Small amounts of cargo or passengers.
Passengers.
They're very passionate passengers,
Yes,
anyway.
they are.
Used on lakes and rivers.
They're gonna have trouble on open
Can't
ocean
be
just because they're
rowed
small.
against- Yeah, can't be rowed against any significant current. Can be pulled upstream by draft animals on the shore. Sailing ship. If you have proficiency with certain kind of vehicle, you can add your proficiency bonus to any check. That's not helpful at all. That doesn't tell me what a sailing ship is for these purposes.
Probably a sloop.
Anyway,
Like a single mast ship that could hold, you know, a dozen people. And a bunch of cargo besides.
I think we want a sailing boat. A sailing ship.
That's
Definitely.
10k, that's all of our money. But I mean, that we would have to do that if we do not teleport. So the question is, are we going to teleport or are we going to spend all our money on a boat?
Oh.
Aren't you the one who
Teleport
actually...
and then spend all your money on a boat.
Huh?
I said, are you going to teleport and then spend all your money on a boat?
Ugh, there's only 2 good days in the life of a person who owns a boat. The day you buy it and the day it sinks.
We could buy an elephant.
That'll get us across the ocean.
Well, we'll go further down this tangent of we could buy this, that, or the other thing.
I could also buy 10 million pieces of gum. I'm
you
not
guys-
going to.
Do you guys want to teleport?
Probably, but I'm not the one who has the power to do that.
I don't think I have the power to do that.
I mean, you
Hold on, let me check
do.
to see if I have.
I mean, you might not have prepared, Sorry, but you do. You're how they got to the continent by teleportation.
No, that was a spell scroll.
Ooh. Right.
Yeah.
Do you not know teleportation circle?
I don't think so. I think that's like coming up on my list of things that I want. And by I don't think so, I mean I can look at my spell book and I almost certainly do
What the
not.
fuck
I do
level is
not.
teleportation circle?
I don't even know.
I think it's 7th, isn't it?
No, teleport is 7.
Oh.
Teleportation circle is 5th.
Oh, okay. Well, we have access to 5th level spells, so if we wanted to go back to the Mages Guild, Mages Tower, we could see if they have the spell available and would let you copy it. Heal scroll, revivify scroll.
How long? How far distance is that? I can't remember. Several days again.
was like-
Not if we get fucking Windwalk.
Yeah.
I believe it was like 3 days by foot.
But we can frame it this way. It is 3 days to walk to the tower, and then we teleport immediately to what we want to be, as long as we know what that teleportation circle looks like. Do you know what that teleportation circle looks like?
I would think it would make sense for Melisari to have a couple teleportation circles memorized or jotted down, yeah? Like something like the Isle of
Oh.
Heaven where she was staying and maybe home at least.
I'll say this, at the even if the person doesn't necessarily know them offhand, pretty much any place where you're going to learn to be able to cast the spell,
Yeah,
and I'd put it down as part of learning the spell. You know the uh the what I call the public circles, which if you look on the world map are all the ones marked by like the blue gate things, because none of them are like within cities, but they're all kind of next to or near places that you might want to go. That way they're not immediately dangerous, but uh, and so they can be given out. But others can be learned, but those are the ones you should just know.
are those all the portally looking things?
Yep.
Nice.
There's at least one on every continent, usually one near each major city.
Well then, yes. If I learn teleportation circle, I can get us to a place.
Then, so, 3 days to get to the tower without windwalk. Teleport instantly to wherever you can take us. So 3 days. Or we walk to the southern edge of this continent, find this city of the dwarves, or whomever it was, by a boat. So this is probably already 5 or 7 days of doing this thing, and then sailing the boat over the ocean, however far it is to this place, which is who knows how long. So these are the options.
Yes, sailing is probably not an option,
I do not know how to sail.
realistically. We would have to charter.
Chartering
And
would
it
be
would be a very
significantly
long
cheaper
time.
than buying a boat.
At any rate. Actually, I need to look up how expensive it would be to learn teleportation circle. I
Well,
don't remember how this works.
it's a conjuration spell, so you'd have to pay full price, not half. And it's 5th level, so it would take you 10 hours, I think, to copy it.
I think it's like 50 gold per level, in 2 hours, if memory serves.
Yeah, that all sounds correct. So 250 gold pieces in 10 hours.
Yes, for each level of the spell it takes 2 hours and 50 gold. So 250 gold, 10 hours.
And that is in materials and things.
Yeah.
So
It'd still be another 50 to actually cast it.
Yeah.
So 300 gold and 10 hours.
However, there can be an upcharge for a mage letting you copy something out of their book.
Yep.
But B, your classes help you reduce mistakes and overuse of the materials when copying spells. So you cut it in half.
Right. I couldn't remember if that only applied to, I guess I could have just looked. But anyway.
In any event, 300 gold will not be a problem.
Yes.
So, like, the minimum price is 125 plus 50 for the material. So 175 would be the minimum.
Yes.
Which we can very easily cover. As he, kind of opens up the bag of holding and shakes it so that there's you don't hear anything because nothing inside jingles when he shakes it. He kind of looks a little disappointed as he does that. He just reaches in and lets some gold fall through his fingers. Like, there's a large pile of gold inside this bag. Aurelian, does that sound agreeable to you? We walk to the tower and learn to cast teleportation?
That works. I don't mind.
Alright. Well, then we prepare to fight more undead and such as we walk.
We could also make use of certain abilities to get a better idea of when Ira could potentially come by.
I can always cast a commune to ask 3 questions.
How? Can one of you roll me an intelligence check?
Oh god.
Why are you complaining
okay.
about that?
Because now I feel like there's something really dumb I'm missing. 22.
Me too. Well,
Wow, not 20, so 20.
oh, you both do. Okay then. Well, how best to put this? Well,
plus 0 intelligence, so it's not so impressive.
while wizards are typically the only ones to write down their spells, not the only ones capable of doing so and making spell scrolls. It's just that they're usually the only ones that can truly learn them that way. And they're
So in other words, you're saying we can ask around here if anyone has a scroll for teleportation circle.
Specifically, I was going to say Eric, because arcane magic.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
The clerics, not so much.
Yeah.
Clerics and possible.
I mean, I was thinking it might be possible since Alden's
artificers.
tinkerer of something that he might have the ability to. I don't know, spell scroll something or other. I don't know.
Yep, it is. It is. Hey, no, it's a worthwhile question. And I have just found the answer, but you don't really have a reason to know it, so that's your prerogative to ask.
I intend to, and this would be a good way for him to repay more of his debt. And we can be stingy.
I suppose I checked one possible route. I checked the other. Alright. Let me double check one other possible route for making that. Yeah.
I don't remember. My fancy spell book that's all protected from the elements and shit. Was that just an enchantment they put on my already existing spell book?
I would assume so, because I don't remember it, so I'm going to just go with yes, because that's the simple route.
Thanks. I feel like that makes the most sense.
Alright. Now I know my answers. Okay. So you go and ask Alden to see if he can make you a scroll, or happens to have the spell lying around.
Something like that.
Alrighty. Then presumably you go over and knock, and
Knock, knock.
the first couple times you don't get a response, as it seems as there are rather loud noises of him working on something coming from inside. But by about the third knock, well, he'll come and open the door and go, "Yes, what do you want?"
Hi.
Uh,
I was we were wondering if you have familiarity with spell scrolls, making them, if you have them.
I can make some, but for those, my repertoire is limited to the spells that I know. What is it you're looking for?
Teleportation circle.
Ooh, sorry, I don't get out much.
Fair enough.
And you'll see him like kind of move to her chest in the back, get out like a journal, and start kind of flipping through things so you can come up with something that will end up with similar effects.
Or perhaps
No.
Windwalk.
No, what?
Windwalk? Since that's what we were thinking of anyway. I kind of say, like, half over my shoulder to the others. If anyone followed me.
Yeah, no, Roland did. He went with you. He was like, that would also work well. It is transmutation.
One moment. Well, now I have to go and recheck a couple things.
Sometimes I feel that taking these rights and these oaths with the stray has given me more magical knowledge than I possessed before. Like the understanding of the magic she gave me to cast was just put right into my head.
You said it was transmutation, right?
It should be transmutation for Windwalk.
Wait, can I even? I don't think I can even cast Windwalk.
Why would you
Is
not
it?
be able to?
Hang on.
I don't know if it's on the wizard spell list. It might not actually be exclusive for druids.
Really?
Yeah, it might be.
That's surprising. They changed D&D Beyond's internet icon.
Windwalk, yep, exclusively druid.
Well, that'll save me some time. I can't. The closest I could do is offer a few scrolls of fly, or perhaps make you something to make travel easier, but long distance travel, not really my strong suit.
Yeah, fly wouldn't help much. But that's fine. I appreciate you checking anyway. I'm now scanning my knowledge to see.
Well, it might not help a ton, but it would significantly speed up travel to the Mage's Tower if that is the route you end up needing to go.
How did he know?
This is the DM telling you because you would
Oh.
know.
Okay. Wait, what was the other one that would speed travel? Sorry, I already forgot.
A couple like a scroll or two of the for the spell Fly, because not only would it let you avoid ground-based annoyances,
Yeah.
it also doubles the speed of the typical
But
creature.
only for one person, and only for 10 minutes at a time.
Only, well, not if it's upcast.
Oh.
I guess a 6th level fly will cover 3 people. But you're right, it is only 10 minutes. I thought it was slightly longer, but still. Anyways.
I lost it already. Yeah, I don't have that many spell slots. By which I mean I don't have any 6th level spell slots. So
Well, if he makes, like he's making a scroll, you don't have to copy it. You can just use the scroll.
oh yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I could still learn off the scroll, which is still cool.
Yes, I believe we're going to help with that as well, if memory serves.
Yes, it does not destroy the scroll in the process. I don't know. Do we want to learn Fly?
Does Fly increase our speed, or does it just make it so we can travel in a straight line?
It sets your speed to 60.
Yeah,
It's still
flying
faster
speed
than normal.
60 for 10 minutes at a time.
And it's a what level spell?
3rd. Can target one additional creature per slot above 3rd level. Wait, can you upcast from a scroll? Increase
No, but the scroll can be of a higher level. Like, you can have a 9th level fireball on a scroll.
I never remember how scrolls work.
They don't get used a ton.
They're because they're kind of complicated.
Yeah.
It's just not as easy as casting it yourself if you have the ability to.
Well,
It's a 10-minute casting time off the scroll.
it's a 10-minute duration.
10-minute duration.
What action casting?
Okay, that's what I thought. How much would buying a scroll of 3rd level cost?
Let me do some calculations in my head. I would say well, 450 gold.
For one scroll. Just making sure that that's what you mean.
Yes.
That's a lot of money.
It is a significant investment. Even to buy just the 3, you're looking at 1350 in gold pieces. And that only gets us 10 minutes down the road at double speed.
Was that for the 6th level spell or the 3rd level spell? Scroll.
That was for 3rd.
Ah, yes then. And then there's a chance of failure each time I cast.
Yes, I do not think that this is a worthwhile investment, if you were to ask me.
Yeah. Buying one for the purpose of learning it might be useful.
Yes, that is true. sorry, there was a part of me that was still thinking along the lines of Windwalk, which you would not be able to learn. But yes, buying one for the purpose of learning it, that would be worthwhile.
Or perhaps, since I wouldn't be destroying your scroll, if you would be willing to lend it to me for 3 hours?
It will still cost you the resource cost.
Oh yeah, to learn it.
I suppose I could do that, but I've not seen one be able to be copied without its destruction. Given I'm already in debt to you, should it not come back, I'll just mark it off.
Sounds fair to me. We can also ask Eric if
So
he has the ability to
he,
teach or cast.
so I'm gonna go. He probably he should just have something like a third level scroll of fly on hand. So he'll hand it to you. If you want the larger one the higher level one to mitigate your risks, that would be about 1,800, which isn't much more than trying to buy 3.
That would decrease my risks.
Well, because you wouldn't have a failure chance, I believe, because it's on your list. And then only one person has to cast it, not several. So only one person would be concentrating, only one person would have to make any roll if there even is one, if it's on your list.
I kind of feel like we're talking about different things now. Because I'm looking at spell scroll and I can copy it from a scroll.
Yeah, no, I meant from when you're talking about buying, when you talk about buying 3 scrolls to just cast.
Oh.
Because buying a higher level one mitigates the risk. Only one person has to cast it.
Yeah.
And I think if you're the one that casts it, that you're not going to have a roll at all. Just means that you need to not break your concentration.
Yes, maybe?
Regardless, though, you'll probably have better options than I'm just putting it up there.
I mean, I'm still happy to just learn it for the sake of learning it, but I don't think it's gonna be really economical for us to rely on it to get places. At least not yet. So. Thus asking Eric if he has,
Well, so do you want to go and copy your new spell first, or go and talk to Eric?
Talk to Eric. I guess.
Alright.
I think I still want to, if you're willing to wait here for it, copy it off the scroll before we leave here so I can give it back to him.
Yep.
But, Anyway, she'll, thank Alden. He's, like, The idea here is he's giving me the scroll, and if I don't return it, that's just knocking off from the debt, right? That's the idea here.
Yep,
He's not expecting me to sit here and copy it right now.
that is correct.
Sounds great.
So you got one fly scroll
I have one fly scroll.
for 450.
Yeah, potentially.
Let's make a note of it in case.
Yeah. Finding my thing. Where are you?
Okay. Thank you very much, Odin.
Indeed, thank you. Off to Eric again. Is Nightmare still, like, sleeping, by the way?
I mean, it's been all of a few minutes since your last ask. Someone goes, yes.
Yeah, but I forgot what you had said the last time I asked. Or if
Fair
I
enough.
got a response.
So, yes. It's not particularly late.
But
She certainly could be up and moving, but
doesn't feel
has
like
chosen not to be.
I fucking feel that. Boop 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 boop. That's my travel music. Do you guys like it?
Yes.
Ba-doop.
I don't know what's going on with me. I think it's probably sleep deprivation.
That'll do it.
Hello
Hi.
again.
Hi.
We're
As you come up to the house, you'll see Eric out front enjoying the fresh air.
look at that, it's him. I thought it was the gnome. Do you happen to have the ability to cast or have a spell scroll for teleportation circle?
I don't have a spell scroll for it, but I can cast it.
Do you have it in a spell book that I can copy from?
I don't have it in a spell book, but I could try and write it down for you. If you have some pages I could borrow.
She will rummage through her stuff, and I do have a notebook. I'll rip out a page from my notebook.
This may take a bit.
How long of a bit?
Couple hours?
Well, it's shorter than the 3 days that we would be walking. But she will look to roll in an Aurelion for confirmation that we're good with all this. All this waiting. Some people just like to be going. Why are you wiggling?
Why aren't you wiggling?
Because I don't need to be. Anyway, I have a way to pass the next 3 hours anyway, so... Any objections?
Copying down the fly spell?
Well, waiting for Eric to try to write down transportation circle.
Yeah, but you
And in
can...
the meantime, I work on fly spell.
Yeah.
And then I'll still have to learn the transportation circle. Copy that into my spell book.
it's worth it. And spending, 12 hours doing that is still less than going 3 days to the Mage's Tower.
Yep.
And significantly less dangerous.
Indeed.
Alright. Then, unless there are other things we want to do, I intend to skip ahead a few hours.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Alright,
Do
so
that.
hour and a half goes by, you finish your copying it fly.
Technically speaking, I need to do a check. I think.
Actually...
Although if it's not broken, if it's not destroyed, I guess I could just do it multiple times, no?
Check. Where are you pulling that from? Out of curiosity, just so I can go look at it.
Spell scroll page on D&D Beyond. It's wizard
See.
spell scroll, copied. Copier must succeed on an int Arcana check with DC equal to 10 plus the spell's level. I need to roll a 5 or higher.
Alright,
You got this.
Good luck.
Roll it.
Hold on. Do I have guidance?
Too late.
I don't
I
have
rolled
guidance
11.
anyway. You rolled a 1?
I rolled an 11.
Oh, okay.
So, yep, I succeed. I now know how to cast fly. And I need to subtract money. Hang on.
Is it the glasses that made it so you could do it in an hour and a half?
Yeah. 3 hours. Reduce the time and cost of copying. Oh, yes. From a spellbook or scroll by half.
Okay, so it should have been 3 hours, not an hour and a
Yeah.
half.
Yes, I said 3 hours. didn't I?
No, I know. He said an hour and a half. I was
Is it-
confused.
Third level spell?
Yeah.
Oh, is it two? It's 2 hours. Sorry.
Yeah, it's normally 2
That's my
hours
bad.
per level.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my bad. I'm sorry.
Yes. And half the cost. It's normally 50, right? I know I just looked at it, but... So it should be 75.
75 would be half of 150, and 150 would be the cost of a third level spell, so yes, 75.
Great. I have learned fly.
Alright. Then, kind of bum around for another hour and a half. Eric gets done. Andrew's work, which is by no means a spell scroll, but is something that you could still translate into a spell book. And so you get to work on that.
Great.
And so, this fifth level spell, another 5 hours goes by. And you copy it down. As this isn't from a scroll, there's no failure chance,
Great.
I guess. So, there you go.
And now we still need to take a long rest so I can prepare it.
11 hours in, and now you need a nap.
I've been studying all day. I'm so tired.
It is a lot of writing and deciphering and translating.
I relate to that so hard.
Yeah. Anyway.
Is in fact what caused today's nap that made us start late.
Alright, let's see. So teleportation circle, that's gonna be another 125? $50 times 5 is 250. Yes,
Yeah.
125.
So it'll be 125, and then you'll need to they'll have the reagents for it here. So just look off as much gold and how many casts you want of it. Assuming it's consumed. I don't remember off the top of my head.
Wait, what?
Is the material for that spell consumed or reused?
It's consumed.
Then,
And honestly, I don't have any reason to have it right now, come to think of it.
yeah, you can get it here.
Okay.
So just mark off as much as, like, mark down as many casts as you want and mark off the gold you need to buy it.
Okay, sounds good. Ugh, God.
We have temporarily lost Thomas.
No.
Ugh, there's so much management. Hang on, I'm gonna write down all the things that I need to adjust for this.
Playing spellcasters is hard work.
It fucking is. Melisari's not gonna be the only one tired by the end of this.
I have access to scrying now, and it's prepared. But I don't have a focus yet.
Ugh, it's expensive. Platinum is 10 gold. Yes, I see it right there. So I'm gonna just do this in platinum and then gold. I don't know. Okay, so it's the gold cost to learn. It's the gold cost for the reagents, and then I add the reagents to my sheet so that I
Yep.
know where I have them. Alright, and that's all the adjustments I need to make here.
Yep.
Sounds great. Great. Alright, this is just gonna be fucking chalk. My special chalk is just gonna be chalk.
Chalk, 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 chalk.
And I'm getting 3 of them, because that's more than enough for now.
Alrighty.
Sounds good?
I think it does.
Okay. Not that Melisari's gonna actually be asking for advice every step of the way. She's a fucking wizard and she should act like it. I am a strong, independent wizard and I don't need no assistance. No recommendations, no...
We just have assistants all the time, though.
Whatever. Not the point. Okay. So it has now been 8+ hours. I think by the end of this, I'm just kind of like stretching out my wrist.
Imagine if it was twice that time.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. I speak from experience. I would not have been able to do that in one day. 6 hours straight writing. Although, you know, I guess it's not all going to be writing.
Yeah,
There's going to be a lot of thinking involved too.
yeah.
In fact, probably a lot more thinking than writing.
Yep.
Gotta get that brain up and running.
Okay. So, with that all done, I'll bring the scroll back to Alden.
Alright, you do so. He takes it. So, where are you lot heading anyways?
South.
Oh,
We're going to go visit Eskel. That's the plan. Need to give him the gift. You made him after all.
He was nice enough to give me the one that was intended for me, and now that I have the one that is intended for him, I want to make sure that he has it.
well. Hope you find him quickly, though.
Us too.
Yes, hopefully he is still safe. Always to be safe when we get there. I know that he is safe as of yesterday.
We should probably confirm once more with him before we actually leave.
We should be able to do that. I have plenty of third level spell slots right now. And above.
How far from... I'm assuming Arcosia is the one we're going to be going to. How far from there do we need to go?
Let's see here. Where do I want to put this?
Because I'm now just imagining we just are playing fucking tag with Eskel.
He's worth it.
Is he? Is anyone really worth it?
Wow.
I know I'm certainly not.
Man, that sounds like a you and a self-esteem problem.
I mean, I think I'm worth it. It's just that there aren't very many people who tend to share that opinion. I'm okay with that.
I'd probably place it at the large crossroads east of Cloudspire.
Oh lordy. That looks like it's gonna be a long walk.
Well, who knows? Maybe you can buy a cart.
You can certainly buy some horses at least.
So, is a sending being composed or something?
I can compose a sending if that is what you want to do right now. But I thought you still needed to learn teleportation circle.
Yeah, I'm thinking this. Are we skipping ahead again for the
I had
Good idea.
Yeah, that's what
skipped ahead, like, to after teleportation circle had been learned. That was the
Okay.
Yeah.
12-hour mark.
Okay. So
They
then,
have a library here, right?
A small one, I believe.
Okay, I'm figuring that's probably where I'm doing this.
we still need to wait till tomorrow so you can actually prepare the spell.
Yep.
So, do you want me to send today or wait till right before we cast the spell?
Probably right before we cast the spell.
Alright.
Alright. Then, are there any other spells or things that we should be casting this day? Cast immune, figure out illustrates for color.
What?
I'm asking dumb questions.
I just
I need
imagine
to
everybody.
actually add this. I said I need to actually add that to my spell sheet or character sheet.
Roland is occupying himself with meditation and reading. If there are any other books in this library, he would read them just to increase his understanding of people who live on the surface.
Alright. Aurelia, anything you're wanting to do while Melsari spends the day copying spells?
Can't think of anything, no.
Alrighty. And with that, after the 12 hours of copying spells and waiting for spells to be copied in Hoopla, you pass time for another 4 hours and then can start your rest.
Yay! So much time.
Indeed. Time. And so, 4 hours go by. I'll say that, should we call it Nightmare ability an early start today, because they did literally nothing yesterday. So, 4 hours go by. Everyone is up and around. If humans in teleportation circles wish to cast.
We're gonna need to have someone going ahead to warn people about Nightmare.
Ahead, you go into where?
Through the teleportation circle.
Why would that be the case?
I mean, presumably we're gonna come out in a place that has people.
I do not presume that. It sounds like the teleportation circles are intentionally outside of places where people live, so that they cannot be used as a way to attack.
Well, outside of main cities, but...
We only have 6 seconds for the teleportation circle to be open. I can go through and say a nightmare is coming, but they are going to think that I'm gathering. If there is someone there to hear, they're going to think that I want them to attack it. I think that we are best off just acting natural.
Oh shit, yeah, it is only one round. Jesus Christ.
That's assuming that they don't want to just attack you in the first place.
Yeah, we just walk through and act like we belong there. If somebody tries to give us trouble, then we explain ourselves. Trying to do anything else is only going to cause a hassle.
I mean, it's likely to cause a hassle one way or the other.
Yeah, I would rather the hassle come to me than me go seek it out.
I mean, ultimately, we don't have a choice in this, because yes, it is that short. I had forgotten how short it was. Or not processed. It's been a very long day.
Unless you want to give them like a 10-minute warning, have someone go through and get cast again.
Sounds like a waste.
Yeah.
I do not condone that one.
Yeah.
That would be both of your 5th level slots.
Yep.
What? No.
So apparently, I currently only have 13 of 14 spells prepared.
Nice.
What am I doing with my life?
I don't know.
Probably a side effect from leveling up. Forgot to repair a spell even though you learned one.
Yeah, probably.
This was not really a side effect, probably an effect. Oh.
Yeah,
Anyways.
13 of 14?
Yep.
Interesting, because I only have 13 prepared spells.
I don't know where the 14 is coming from, but it's on my...
What's your
Is it
intelligence
glasses?
modifier?
Oh, maybe? Wait, what?
It's not the glasses. What's your intelligence modifier?
4.
What's your wisdom modifier?
3.
Roll. Yep, that's the difference.
There we go.
It's level plus casting modifier.
I need strength.
It's true. Alright, so
Yeah, I guess there's nothing lower I really want to prepare.
when you lot are ready to teleport, let me know.
If we're getting ready to teleport, then I will quickly write up ascending. What is the name of the place that we're teleporting to?
Arcosia.
Okay.
Or at least I'm assuming that's how that's pronounced.
Yeah.
That is how it's pronounced, and that, yeah. Technically not exactly where I teleport to, but that's generally how it would be referred to.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna try and put together at least a little bit of a map while you guys make singings and whatnot.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
What do I know about that area?
What are you looking to know?
I don't know. General idea of populace and... I don't know.
Primarily Dragonborn.
Primarily dragon.
2, 3.
Trying to think if there's anything else I care about. I don't speak Draconic.
That's surprising.
Oh, I do speak Draconic. I don't know why I thought I didn't.
It's fine, because I don't speak Draconic, so we're fine. Oopla. And so now I guess I have to also write the sending from Eskel, unless you've got something.
I mean, I could write something, but this is your character, so if you want to, go for it.
I mean, if there is information that that character has that I don't have, then you'll need to write it.
Shouldn't they have it? I don't believe they do.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to have to ask you for the information that that character has that I don't have. If these in Silver Vambrace and these guys are teleporting into Arcosia, what do they need to know? What do we need to know about getting to him and not being seen as enemies? Like, who do we talk to? Are there passphrases? Do we say that we represent anyone in particular? Do we just ask for him?
Probably just ask for him.
Okay. is the area, like, entirely occupied by the armies of the gods, or are they mostly going to be dealing with the locals?
Fair bit of locals and some of Bahamut's following, but not much else.
Okay. Is there active fighting going on right now, or are things quiet?
There's not. It's quiet. It's kind of more of a quelling than active war at the moment.
I see, I see.
We are in the preventative stages.
I appreciate the versatility of wizards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so for the benefit of the stream, Roland is sending to Eskel. We are teleporting to Arcosia, then we will seek you out. Have ring for you. If there's anything we need to know before arriving, Eskel will respond via sending. Followers of Tiamat quelled for now. Say that you seek a soldier of Bahamut and use my name. Respect local customs, please.
I'm gonna kind of... Well, I suppose haven't told us what exactly you're telling us about it yet.
He will announce this to the group that this is what he has said and received.
Verbatim?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna kind of tip my head to the side, and what do I know of the customs? The local customs?
Give me a history check.
Alright, please work. Mother of fucker.
I've got no way to
11.
help you on that. I lived underground.
11.
You kind of passed through the area, but didn't exactly pay close attention.
Well, that's a thing. Aurelion, do you know anything of the local customs?
Would I have traveled there?
I don't know. Would you have?
I have
Your
no
call.
idea.
Do you want to have?
I'm... How old am I? Come back here. How old is Aurelian? He's like 100 and something. He's 132. That's possible he might have passed through. What is this? Okay. Stop doing that. Is that, that's a history check, is it?
It is.
Where did I put that? Yeah, there it is. History. That's a 9. So,
It's unfortunate.
Oh yeah, this is gonna go great.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Indeed.
Oh, we haven't mentioned to Eskel that we're bringing along a nightmare, have we?
Roland didn't see any benefit in mentioning it to Eskel.
Alrighty then.
It's gonna be interesting. Well, are we
Love it.
ready?
I am ready to go if you are, yes.
Portents is a May roll, right? Pretty sure it's a May.
I'm confused. What do you mean?
As in, I can hang on to my portents from yesterday because they were good rolls. Oh, I could have used... No, whatever, it's fine.
What?
I just could have used... I could have made that a crit. But it's fine. I don't need that to have been a crit.
Okay.
But anyway,
I mean, does it state that the portents last for 24 hours or until used?
That's a good question. Long rest. Oh no, it's when I finish a long rest. Roll 2d20s, not.
Yeah. So they're gone, sorry.
They're gone. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, those are two kind of mid ones. Probably 2 guaranteed hits.
Okay.
So sad.
So, I'm going to offer a couple options. As I wasn't really sure what direction you guys were heading. I don't particularly have anything prepared in the Arcosian direction. So if you want to get a short session, we can call it here and hopefully come back next week with a city and perhaps customs with which you can break.
Desert fight,
Great.
desert fight, desert fight, desert fight!
So exciting. I'm so excited for this.
We come out of the portal and immediately are set upon by scorpions and bullets.
Or if you like, we can just keep going. I will wing it as best I can.
Desert fight.
Are you wanting me to start a desert fight right now? Is that what you're lobbying for?
I feel like it's a good way to cover, like, let us do some stuff, have some fun, and you don't have to have anything really prepared. Just slap a couple monsters into the encounter builder and be like, here we go.
Alright, one moment then. Do that.
It is a desert, right?
It's not quite a desert. Like, I mean, it's gonna have a lot of similarities, but it's more like rocky and like canyony. Think like Grand Canyons type terrain.
Yeah, I think that's in a desert, though.
Just don't be thinking like sand dunes. This is all I'm saying.
Right, no, I gotcha. A desert is just a place where it don't fucking rain. Antarctica's a desert.
Alright, so here are my filters. Excuse me. Um,
Ugh.
Ugh. Don't at me, Thomas. You're gonna get to thrust your sword.
I mean,
Kinky.
he could swing it too if he so desired.
But it's less
Just
effective if you try to swing it. You might break it.
I don't even want to ask.
Yeah.
What would make us here? Yeah, that sounds fun. Let's do those. Like 3 of those, maybe. What are the exact stats on this thing? Huh.
I just go by CR. Be like, oh, these are CR5s? Cool. My party can handle 15 of those.
Oh Jesus!
Maybe it's not entirely wrong. Alright, yeah, this should work. Come on, D&D Beyond, work with me here. Oh.
Ugh.
Ooh, excuse me.
Okay, I must just reload the page a different way. Awesome.
Dear God, some of these things are expensive.
What's this?
Looking at spells and the components for them.
Oh yeah.
Let her solo me.
What?
A disciple of the legendary Let Me Solo Her.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
First the link that was like, yeah, he just runs in and gets one shot.
Ah! Yep. Good job, buddy.
But it's just the line, like he tests the reading comprehension of. It's just such a great. That's a great sentence.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
He jumps in, everybody goes, oh my god, it's him, it's him, it's him, and then he dies, like, what the fuck? Oh no, it wasn't him!
Alright, so... where's the... 1 second. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. Okay. So, you guys cast Teleportation Circle. Right?
yep.
Yep.
So, let me drag you to the map that's being made for its Teleportation Circle. So, players to this board. Meet creatures.
Boop.
Booyah, grandmama.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked to Nightmare about like any of this, have we?
She's cool with it.
You're still getting fed, so yeah, pretty much.
Holy shit, disintegrate is terrifying.
What?
10d6 plus 40 force damage, and the target is disintegrated if it drops it to 0.
Yeah, disintegrate is a horrifying spell.
Yeah, it's incredibly damaging, with the one downside of you can miss.
Just imagine that the first time I ever saw it cast in a D&D setting was in 3.5 when the wizard in my party had it prepared to cast on anything that came to attack us when we did a teleport. And the thing that came and landed in front of us was a dragon, and, like, the dragon, a few scales on the dragon's shoulder disintegrated, and it immediately roared him to death.
Yeah, not like Dragon Breath, not like, hitting with a claw, biting him, nothing. He just yelled at him till they died.
Dragon.
Froda!
Literally. Dragon in 3.5 had a roar, which was a save or die against your constitution, your fortitude.
Put in a little bit more of these stairs here, and stairs were kind of
I like those stairs.
yeah, I'm gonna all that good for right now. So, when you guys teleport in, you'll immediately notice that this appears to be a carved, mined, blasted, whatever you want to call it.
Quarried.
A
What?
quarried, I think is the word he used.
Yes.
Is a area which was shaped by the inhabitants to be a box with one rather narrow exit, so that if people did try to use it for armies, it would not be particularly efficient, and would leave them at a grave disadvantage if having to fight from in there. As it would be quite literally fish in a barrel.
Ain't great.
Like shooting fish in a barrel.
Like fish shooting a barrel.
Yeah, something like that.
Alright. And there's of course more land other places, and I will kind of just expand it as you move those directions. But as not long after you arrive here, Aurelian, you spot something flying in your direction, and I would like you to. Well, let me double check a thing. Save this and go check the other thing. Aurelian, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I'm good at those.
Oh shit. They got the jump on us!
Oh wait, no, wrong mouse. That's 15.
15. All right. You fail.
Of course I do.
Oh. So let me describe what this is going to look like to everyone else. So the rest of you will see Aurelion begin to get angry, similar to how he does when he rages, though
Oh
this is not.
no!
Yes. Then when you follow his eye line,
No.
you'll see a draconic form in the distance coming this way.
Oh no!
We like
And you
dragons.
don't have long. If there's anything you wish to do, say it very quickly. While
Roll
I go and fetch a
nature.
token.
But we don't. Do we actually know about the curse?
You
Since
do.
he did. Okay.
It's been mentioned several
Just-
times. I've
No,
brought it up repeatedly in case the party wanted to deal with it. They have said no, so
I
this is
mean,
a problem now.
I know about it out of character, but I mean, we found out about it in character.
Yes, I said that several times in the past.
Okay. So like, how do we know? Identify? Did I cast identify?
Identify
Identify
doesn't
Reveal it?
reveal curses.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
He doesn't. But when he had you make this saving throw before,
Yeah, but
Oh,
he
yeah.
he
learned
did.
about it.
Was that when we were dealing with the green dragon that had been got by the Bahir?
It was
Yeah.
a brass dragon, but
Excuse
yes.
me. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the
draconic
token
form
is
because-
green. They didn't put metal dragons in.
Yeah, yeah.
They
Well, brass or bronze.
But this was
whichever
just it's a role for him not to go in a frenzy and kill a dragon, right? It's not like it's a curse is attracting dragons.
It does not attract dragons, but if he sees one, he pretty well. If he feels safe, has to go hunt it down.
Well, if he goes to chase after it, and we know about this, then I'm ready to just remove curse on him.
I mean, I was just gonna stick him in a wall of force.
Yeah, but then we'll have to leave him there. Remove
Oh
curse will
shit!
work.
That also would be my second and only remaining 5th level spell.
So don't worry, I've got. If he goes after the dragon, I will remove his curse.
Would that work?
Unless we
Item.
actually don't want to deal with this dragon, we want to kill it, then I won't remove his curse. Huh? It will unattune him from the item, and the item is causing the problem.
Okay.
So I wanted my nature roll to know what the fuck is coming at me.
Alrighty. It's kind of hard to tell as it's kind of coming. It's coming.
Yeah, well, I got an
with
18 on that
display of
die, so with nature, that is an 18.
Alright. Then, with enough nature from the silhouette and the things you've been able to read and learn in your time on the surface, this appears to be a blue dragon.
So you see, this was going to be a problem anyway. He looks unhappy.
I mean, but we're in an area with dragonborn primarily.
Yeah.
Is it possible that they would still take offense to us attacking a dragon?
The area is
if-
literally occupied by the army of Bahamut.
If they did, they're likely not people that you want to associate with anyways,
Okay.
because it is a blue dragon.
Okay. Just making sure that we're not gonna, offend anybody with this. Since, we're supposed to be observing the local customs that we have no idea what they are.
I was thinking that we would run into a person and they would tell us what those local customs are. I'm going to get against the wall of this
Alright.
quarry.
So I'm just going to give everyone one action to prepare.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna.
yours is spent running in its direction. Unless you can think of something that would be more beneficial, but still very active in pursuit of the dragon.
Well, I'm confused. I mean, is the dragon flying by? Is it flying over to us? Did he already fail and he's chasing it? What's happening?
He has already failed.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
I'm reading the thing on the draconic extinction. I don't see what. Deadly momentum. See, I don't see where the curse is written on the magic item.
It's. I don't think it's in a spot that you can see it. I can copy it into the chat because you guys would know this.
So we are getting just one action.
I'm gonna go with yes.
Okay. So I can't run and also cast Blur.
I'm gonna go with yes. So I copy and pasted it into the chat.
Curse of Rage. Oh, that's a pretty high DC.
It's unfortunate. Your plan wouldn't have even worked. Alright, well, I'm gonna also run the fuck away to the opposite end. Wait, hang on, I was what, like here? 2, 3, 4, 6. Yay.
Alright, where is this dragon in relation to us, since he's about to tear off after it?
It is, I'd say about, I'm gonna go with 200 feet out in the, what direction is that? Compass, 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 compass. And the northeastern direction.
Alright, so it's close as hell, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Okay. I guess, at that point, then I want to know, with my 18 on nature, you said I recognize that it's a blue dragon. Do I recognize that it's, adult versus, whatever is above adult, I guess ancient?
Yep. Well, it's not ancient. It's not big enough for that. You can't quite make it out if it's young or adult at this distance.
That's young and then adult. Okay, well, does my nature let me know enough about dragons that I feel like we could handle a young but not an adult, or handle an adult but not an ancient?
You could definitely handle young, and with Aurelion's weapon being particularly effective against Draconic creatures, you might be able to handle an adult, but it would be a close fight.
Okay, well,
Great.
I'm just going to shrug at Melisar and say, he's going to try to kill it no matter what at this point.
That is a true statement.
I'm going to, if I'm allowed to, cast, fucking thaumaturgy.
Sure. So Melsar, you can cast Blur.
Yay.
Just gonna cast thaumaturgy, make my voice boom, and shout to the sky, his scale breath! Where are you going?
Oh god.
Alright, so then I'm going to say roll some initiative as the dragon kind of lands on the corner up here.
Hey, nat 20.
Where did I put my.
Oh, and poof.
Poof.
The nightmare.
Oh. She's like, I don't want any part of this.
Absolutely not.
Alright.
Shit.
Roland's nat 20. What's your total?
My total? Oh, you also got a nat 20?
No, I'm just putting in the chat, setting up the order in the chat.
Oh, I mean, nat 20 is just nat 20.
Yeah, I know.
My
just
total
in
is
case.
also 20.
I got 19.
Counter. Alright, so you have 19 Aurelion. Well, sorry, is 11. Auto roll the monster. Okay. Well, this will be fun. Yep. Cool. So now I just gotta put it into here. Edit. Boop, boop.
Where's the dragon gonna fall?
I think it
He
landed
is-
up on the corner of the quarry.
Yeah,
I meant
is
initiative wise.
right there.
Okay, cool.
Dirty 20.
Actually, I need to check its initiative modifier.
I think it's 2.
What is your initiative modifier, Roland?
0.
I need you to roll a d20.
It has a 0? That's
Add a 0 and a crit.
Fuck me. I got a 10.
Okay, where's my GM deaths for this nonsense? They're over on the thing. One
The
second.
dragon and I both crit. I'm really surprised Blue Dragon's got 0 for Dex.
What'd you get?
A 10.
Alright, you still go first.
Hey!
Good stuff.
Alright, I'll turn on some battle music and it's your turn.
Alright. My turn. I'm just gonna, shrug and say, don't take this personally. My friend here needs to kill you. And I'm gonna cast Death Ward.
Okay.
And as my bonus action, I'm springing out my shield, because that's a bonus action equip.
I'll try that. Okay. Then it will be the dragon's turn. Which I need to double check a thing.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's going to fly to about here. Yeah, that's about right.
Oh dear.
Lightning!
Indeed. I need Aurelion and Malsari to make some dexterity saving throws.
Great.
Malsari,
I'm
yours
great
is at +2
Great.
because Aurelion's in front.
Lightning. Do Path of the Berserker get advantage on, do you also get Feral Instincts?
Yes, that's one of the base features.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Checking something.
Do I have a guess as to approximately how high this might be?
I
Or how much it would hurt?
A lot.
shit.
You know what?
ton.
It doesn't fucking matter.
The
I don't
dragon's
think
ranged weapon.
that's
That's
gonna do
always
enough
their most
anyway.
deadly attack.
Yeah. Alright,
Ow.
here we go.
Wait, what kind of save was this again?
Reflex.
Dex.
Dex.
Oh god, that's beautiful. 21. Thank you, Dai. I bow to you and your majesty.
22.
22. Alright, what direction is the armor flowing?
Aurelion to me by default, usually, right? Or no, sorry, me to Aurelion.
Yeah. You were
Okay.
adamant that it
I haven't
never
done
flowed
that.
to you
That's
again.
23, actually. But anyway.
So then, how far apart are you guys? Close enough. Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay. So I need to roll up some damage.
Wait, how much? How long is the distance?
90.
Oh. Why was I thinking it's 30? That would be really short, though.
Not to mention, that's taking a lot of diagonals, which,
Oh, I was just
program's
making a lightning bolt.
Ah.
Sorry, did you want me to be helpful? I can do
Oh
that.
no, I meant
Just-
the item.
Oh,
thing.
it's like 30 or 60. I don't remember off the top of my head. Whatever the spell is.
It might be important because I think we're only like 30 feet, or I think we're more than 30 feet away right now.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You are 35 feet away from each other. Oh, wait. No, Aurelia's just not quite a square. But they don't have the thing on. Creatures snapped a grid.
5, 6, yeah, okay. Fine. I guess we're just within range. Not that I should be complaining, but you know.
Okay. So. Right, it was that. So. Just gonna roll in Tailspire for funsies.
Funsies, knife wrench.
Knife wrench?
Yeah, knife wrench.
What the hell was that in?
What
Scrubs.
is- Oh my. Oh my.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh my.
half of 70 is 45, I believe, and so
35.
35.
or 35, yeah.
35.
Sorry, and that's why I talk these things out loud.
And half
So-
of that would be 17.
Yeah, you take 17, and Aurelion takes 35, and then another 17.
Jesus.
What's that, 52?
Yes, because that's my max. So, you know, my current is 35. The 17 I just lost is 52. So convenient.
That was a fucking hit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
Like I
fucking
said,
say.
always their most deadly attack.
Mm-hmm.
I am so glad we both saved.
I'm glad I have Death Ward on.
One second.
Where's my calculator?
Actually, yeah, that's okay. That's yours. Cool. Aurelion, it is your turn. There's Dragon. You may go about fighting it however you wish, but you must fight it.
Yes, am I already in a rage? 'Cause I don't know, like,
You are not.
yeah,
that?
because
I was not spending your resources, I was just being thematic.
well, I am now,
Okay.
and I can. Where is it? There is. Okay, so. Where is it called? It's part of the action. Bonus action taken after reach. You can move up to half your speed, and I can move my speed. Like, is how close am I to it? Like, within? Not. Where's the measurement tool? No, not cut box. Measurement tool.
Oh wait, you're on a Steam Deck. I don't fucking know.
That's the wrong thing. That's
No, yeah, it's like 40 feet away from me anyway. Is there any way to turn on a grid.
No, unfortunately, usually the tiles are shaped in a way, so you're here, so this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30 would get you into a square here, which would be, adjacent but below the creature. That creature is what?
There we go. Grid.
So
5, 10,
15,
20 feet up, I think.
30 would
It's
get
10
me...
feet up.
10 feet up.
not that. So 30 would get me, like, here.
30 would get you, like... So you can see, so this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So, like, anywhere in this row or column, however you're looking at it. You see my bubble, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
this
like,
is 30.
30, I would get there with 30, and then I have another 30 left over.
Are you sprinting? Or
He has the extra movement.
Or I have another 10, 20
You have
left over.
So you normally have 40. I don't know where you're getting
Yeah.
other movement, but you probably are. So
It's an optional feature for Barbarian.
Okay. It's the
Barbarians.
lunge or whatever it's called. Pounce, right?
Something like that.
Yeah,
You
you
get an
get
extra, like, 10 feet of movement.
half your move speed, I think I thought it was, so it's 20 feet for you.
Oh yeah, half your speed. That's
Yeah,
why I was getting
half your speed and movement when you activate a rage. So yeah, you have a move speed of 60. So yes, you would have 30 more feet after getting here, which you might be able to, I don't know, use to climb the thing or something.
Yep, you would have
That's what I
exactly enough to climb up next to it if you wanted.
That's what I want to do.
All right.
So
Alright.
that's what I'll do. Just zoop. Suddenly
Terrifying. He just climbs up the thing like a goddamn spider.
Oh no, if you watch what the fuck? What was it? Advent Children, Final Fantasy Advent Children.
Yeah.
Rufus
very long
climbing the wall.
I remember the fight against Rufus.
He's just at the bottom of a wall, and next thing he's just like scrambling up this wall, and it's like, fucking nobody can climb like that. It's like Spider-Man can't climb that fast.
And this was Rufus Shinra.
Yeah, no, not Rufus.
Reno.
Reno's the redhead.
Yeah,
Yeah, Reno.
gotcha.
So I end up there. I am in a rage. I am going to recklessly attack. Just have to remind myself because like they really need to put this. This should be in somewhere else. The +3 melee damage. So it's +3. I'm recklessly attacking, so I get advantage, and I get 2 attacks. So first attack.
Oh, quick question. What mode is your shield set to?
I don't have that attuned.
Okay.
Because I have like the circlet, the rapier, and the armor. I haven't attuned the shield yet. I'd have to unattune the armor.
Well, you had all kinds of time the day before if you want to have attuned it.
No, not yet. Not yet. And this is now a +4. There's the rapier because I am fighting a dragon.
Yep.
So that's +12 to the attack.
Damn.
So that's 31.
That'll hit.
And that is a 1d8. Fuck. That's 10 magical piercing. And then minimized.
All right.
Second attack
Don't die.
is another 31.
All right.
And that one is 11 magical piercing.
All right. Takes the damage.
I don't think there's anything else I can do. That's my
Nice.
movement, my action, and bonus action.
And there is more you can do, as there is one other feature of the weapon.
I don't really know.
I will direct you towards deadly momentum. By attacking a dragon, if all of your attacks hit the dragon this turn, you may. Oh wait, you don't have a bonus action. Sorry,
Yeah.
I missed that was in there. Never mind. So then, yes, I believe you're done. And does a 31 hit?
Hail smack.
Me?
Yes, hits you.
Yes.
Alrighty. And
He's got legendary actions.
please take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as it lashes out with its tail.
Which I believe I resist.
You do.
Because... So 14, 7.
Yep. No, sorry.
I'm bloodied.
Oh god. That's not healthy.
Oh, you don't understand. That first attack was like 1 hit point away from bloodying me.
Okay, so you're super bloody. That's cool. That's fine. That's good. That's
Oh,
actually
God.
troubling.
He's like
Terrifying.
6 hit. Well, he's bloody by like 6 HP.
Alright, well, if he's only bloody by 6 HP, then I can wait.
I'm going to cast Magic Missile.
Alright.
Do I know anything about dragons? Can I roll a nature or arcana or something?
You may roll either of those.
Arcana says 15.
15. Alright. You know that the metallic ones are generally good, the chromatic ones are generally bad, and that blue ones enjoy lightning.
Cool. Okay.
Crap.
And that they are intelligent creatures that are sometimes capable of casting spells.
Great. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile at level 4.
Alright.
So that should be 6 darts. Right? 3 base. 3 base.
3
Great.
base, yeah, plus 3. Or level your cast at plus 2 is the formula I use.
Alright, hang on. We got 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. 10, 11 plus 6. 17 damage of 17 force damage. That's great. I rolled 3 ones.
It takes 17 damage. Anything else?
Great. No.
Alright, legendary action. It's going to begin to flap its wings and
No! I don't want it!
go out here and roll it.
Yeah.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as it's using its wing attack.
Excuse me, do I get opportunity attack?
Yes.
Wait, do I get that at advantage or regular? How does reckless work?
You have it until the start of your next turn, where you make the choice again, basically.
But is it
So-
for just attacks?
Yes.
Melee weapon attacks using strength during this turn. During this turn.
It's still this turn. Like, are you talking about recklessly attacking? You still have advantage.
Well, it says this turn, but not this round.
That's true. So it technically should wear off, but I feel like as long as you have the penalty, you should still have the benefit. So I'm overriding that.
Yeah, I would run it that he gets it until his next turn and doesn't recklessly attack. I agree.
D12. Okay. No, so that's a 20. Not natural.
That'll hit.
Hooray.
Dirty 20.
That is 13 magical piercing.
Alright, it takes 13 magical piercing, and please make that dex save.
14.
Just Aurelion, not anyone else.
Oh, you said Roland.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Sorry, that's my bad. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Aurelion
Yeah,
needs to make the
yeah.
dex save.
Okay,
Yes.
well, that's fine. That's a D12.
Good, because I would have failed anyway, so.
Yes, you would have.
Do better than that. Yes. So that is a 23.
Alrighty. Then you succeed. And so I need to roll. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, which is, of course, reduced to 5, and are not knocked prone by the force of its wings that flies away. And down
I'm
to the
about
ground
be in
towards
so much danger.
the others. Roland, your turn. Conveniently, though, this does put it within reach.
Yeah, right? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move, let's see, 5, 10, 15, do some counting here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, so here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, it has to be there. Fuck! You guys are too far apart. I guess I can hold off on that then, because it's not a spell I want to not get everyone with. Alright, then in that case, I will... Whoops, 30. I'll move to here. I will, as a bonus action, cast Spiritual Weapon. I will summon the Spiritual Weapon here. And honestly, I will summon the Spiritual Weapon in the air. Yeah. That looks good to me. And it will attack. Spiritual weapon will attack. Getting a... that's gonna suck. You're right. I need to choose a level. I was gonna cast that at 4th, I think. And it doesn't counterspell me, right?
It does not.
Okay. Yes, I want that at 4th level. When I summon the spiritual weapon, it's going to attack. That is a 9 plus 8 is 17 on AC.
That will miss.
Fuck. And then I will quickly draw the Finessed Force, and I will attack. Okay, that die is gone. And, I score less than that. So
Okay.
I also miss.
Dragon's turn.
I'm going to say over the telepathic link, Aurelion, get closer to me. Melisari, try not to move any farther away than you are.
Alright.
Now it's the dragon's turn.
Does a 23 hit? Rolling.
Sorry, if it did something toward me, I was turning on the light, so I didn't hear.
I asked for 23 will hit.
A 23 with my shield out will hit.
Alright, then please take 18 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Is it magical?
Nope.
Okay, I
And
have...
5 points of lightning damage.
Is that magical?
It's lightning.
Oh, lightning, sorry. I thought you said bludgeoning. Heavy armor master. Okay, 18 minus 8, 15 damage. And 8 points of lightning, you said?
5.
5 points of lightning. Okay. Owie. I assume it bit me?
Yep.
Yeah.
And next comes the claws.
Oh no. Are those also coming for me?
You're the only thing currently in his range.
Just checking.
There's a 22 hit.
The 22 also hits. As you know, I'm holding up the shield, trying to deflect these attacks. I feel like you are taking this very personally.
Alrighty. Please take 15 points of slashing damage.
Also non-magical.
Non-magical. It has... all of its melee attacks are non-magical except for the lightning, which is still technically non-magical, but, you know.
It's lightning, so
Ouch.
it's magical.
It's ouch is what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, I have managed to mitigate 6 points of damage so far.
Well, fair to mitigate another 3.
Oh, good. Is it gonna hit me
Ah.
again?
Yes, as the tail comes around with a 24 to hit.
Wow. That is
Jesus
unfortunate.
Christ.
It's like not even worth it to cast a Shield of Faith on myself because
Right.
it's hitting above that too. What's the damage?
Please take 16 points of bludgeoning.
16, 13, go. Okay, I'm bloodied.
Jesus Christ.
Figured I didn't want to burn my inspiration on a melee attack that was kind of neither here nor there. Use it on something
Aurelia.
more important later.
It is your turn.
So, no, I've been trying to find out... Dropping off this edge,
Yep.
how much movement is that? Is that just the 5 feet, or is it...
That is just 5 feet.
Okay, then I'm going to move 40 feet towards
5 feet and 1d6 of damage, because it's 10 feet.
10, 15, 5, d6. Who rolls the d6, you or me?
I do.
Okay.
Alright, take 2 points of bludgeoning damage. That gets reduced to 1.
Yeah, sure. Am I within range to hit it?
Yes.
That's within 5 feet.
Yeah. I'm recklessly attacking once again.
Alrighty.
rolled a 9 and a 6 on my attack dice.
Hey. Uh, 18 plus 30.
That'll hit.
10 magic piercing.
Takes 10 damage.
Doing well with the attack rolls, but terrible with the damage.
Well, low damage is better than no damage, so...
That's 22.
22 to hit.
Yep.
That'll hit.
That's 16 magical piercing.
Takes 16 magical piercing.
I'm going to use my bonus action to hit, for the attacks.
Yep.
That's 20 again.
That'll hit.
That's 10 magical piercing.
Takes 10 magical piercing.
Where is that?
Now that I'm right next to it, I know it's an adult dragon, right?
Correct.
Yay.
So I can attack again with the -5, right?
Yep. You keep going until you miss.
Okay. Let us know.
If you manage to keep rolling natural 20s, you can one round it.
Oh yeah.
Because crits hit no matter what.
That's a 17.
Ugh.
Alright. What is that on die, out of curiosity?
It's a 10 on die.
Melisari, would you like to replace that?
It's dead.
Sure. You said it's a 10 on die, was a 17?
Yep.
Make it a 20.
Nail it.
That'll hit. So, roll damage.
That's 16 magical piercing.
Alright. Takes damage.
I attack again.
Get a crit. Get a crit.
So this now it's a -10 this time.
I believe so.
So, well, that one's likely to hit. That's a 16 now.
Oh.
That will miss. But you
Bummer.
did do a significant chunk to this thing.
That's fine.
And in response, tail attack. A 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
Please take 18 points of bludgeoning damage, which you'll reduce to 9.
There we are.
Melisari.
Great.
Over bond, over the telepathic link, Roland will say, if you have any spells, just hold it down, it'll make it easier to hit. That's what I'm thinking of casting.
Yeah, still haven't found a good way to hold them in place. Or haven't picked up a good way to. I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost. For all the good it's gonna do me.
Roll the attack.
18?
That will miss.
Damn it. Inspiration?
Yeah, that's perfectly legal.
Nope.
Alrighty then.
Bummer.
Anything else?
Nope, Roland told me not to go farther away, and that's my only instinct right now, so I will just stay put.
Alright, Roland,
Hey.
your turn.
Alright, I am casting a spell.
Alright, you may cast a spell.
Alright. I would like everybody on my team, including me, to modify your maximum hit points by 20.
Oh, sweet Lord of Mercy.
Now, modify is...
Your max HP goes up by 20, and this can be healed, and you gain 20 HP.
Yay!
HP modifier.
Yeah, you will use the max HP modifier. Because I am casting a 5th level aid.
Yay!
My bonus action, my sword boy will try to attack. 19 on die.
That'll hit.
Alright, this is gonna do 2d8 plus 3.
Didn't you say it was a 4th level cast?
It was a 4th level cast. That's a 2d8 plus 3.
Oh, thought it did more than that. Okay.
No, so it goes up. It's a 2nd level spell, and it goes up by 1d8 for every 2 levels above 2.
Ah,
So 4th level is the first time it goes up.
how annoying.
They don't want it to go overpowered and be just like, I cast it at 5th level. It does like fucking 10 d8 plus 3.
Yeah.
Okay, 7 and 4 is 11 plus 3 is 14. 14 points of force damage.
Alright.
I'm gonna stay right here, I think.
Takes 14 points of damage. Anything else?
That was my action, my bonus action. I don't think I want to go anywhere right now. Well, no, I think I will move to here, since that's safe to do. And that puts me a little bit closer to my friends if I need to touch them for healing.
Touch!
That'll be it for me.
Alright, so then, it'll take a legendary action at the end of your turn.
Yep.
And I need both you and Aurelion to make dexterity saving throws. So use the wing attack again.
Alright.
And you both can make attacks of opportunity.
Okay. Hey, I got a 15 on my dex save that time.
I got a... 24. Yeah.
4. That is impressive. Alright, well, you succeed. So, let me do the thingy here. Oh. Finish rounds will save for 0. Okay. Aurelion, get back. 7 hit points, because I cheered you on the previous save. And Roland, please take 14 points of bludgeoning damage, non-magical,
Okay.
and you are knocked prone.
And I'm knocked prone. Okay. Does that happen before or after my opportunity attack?
Well, let's see. Each creature within 10 feet of this thing must be like that. So I just want to specify an order, so I'm going to say it's kind of as part of it, so you can make your attack before you prone goes into effect.
Okay, so I got a 22 on its AC with my opportunity attack.
That'll hit.
Alright, swinging with my mace and getting blessed strikes. That is 1d8 plus 4, so 10 points of force damage and 7 points of radiant damage.
Alright.
And then I fall
I got
prone.
an 18.
It is now bloody, and you got sitting on 18.
Yeah.
Was that with advantage?
Yeah.
Alright, well, you miss.
Damn adult dragons and their 19 goddamn CC.
Alright. So, it's the dragon's turn. And you can thank your lucky star that didn't get its dragon breath back, because that is a
Yeah.
delightful little
Jesus
line.
Christ.
It is wonderful.
Yeah, it's just gonna... Uh, what would make more sense here?
I'm only a little bit bloodied. Aurelian, are you pretty bloodied right now?
Not terribly, no.
Okay, I'll hold off for the moment then.
I'm going to, given time and things, I'm going to stick with plan A. Like, kind of thing's gonna start. Probably just stick with my gut. It's gonna run.
Aww. Well, bye then. I'll call after it in Draconic.
But, not good for us.
Alright, so I'm gonna leave this an initiative, but I'm making the dragon leave it, because you can't catch it.
Although Aurelian is probably gonna try.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Which is why I'm leaving us in initiative. So, roll it. Oh, wait, no, it was just the dragon's turn. So, Aurelion. It's your turn.
It went this way.
It went straight north.
No. Okay, north.
You've got 80 movement if you use all of it.
25. And that's 25. 35.
It takes 20 to get on top of the wall.
So that's 45 there. Wait, hold on. 45. 50. And then. Whoop, bye.
It, just treat it as like a flat terrain for this.
You know,
Even-
technically speaking, I could catch it. And I could bring Aurelian with me. I don't
Okay.
think Aurelian's gonna let me catch up to him to do that, but...
Out of curiosity, aren't we already 20 minutes over time?
Yes, which is
Yes.
why I was having it just run.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
In part, because like, A, I feel like it makes sense, because if it's losing, it's not going to stay losing.
I mean, it's bloody. Me and Aurelian are bloody. Yeah, it's
I
losing.
mean, I'm not bloody anymore.
Yeah, but I also know that you have like the heal thing coming up and whatnot.
He might not know
I'm
that.
gonna, I think actually, I'm gonna have Aurelion go back to where you were, and we'll just pick up next week because we're over time.
Alrighty.
Oh.
This will be interesting. We finally get to see the curse.
Yeah, this is very inconvenient.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you'll be lucky and somehow Roland will have magically prepared calm emotions between sessions. Or maybe that bubble will help.
Hey, I had fun. I'm just surprised the dragon didn't say anything.
What, man? You were asking for an encounter? It's not like I super planned this. Like, blue dragon, that sounds like fun, messes with the curse, it's a dragon that lives in the desert.
All of those are accurate. Alright, well, thank you for doing it. Shall I end the stream?
Yes.
All
Please do.